Zen master Gudo was once the shogun's teacher. Frequently he would be absent from the capital. However, as he undertook to travel alone as a wandering mendicant, on his way to Edo, the shogunate's cultural and political center, he came across a small village called Takinaka. It was late in the evening and a heavy rain was falling. Gudo was completely soaked as he was cold and hungry and exhausted from the long arduous trek. He decided to seek shelter if only for the night. Fortunately, he spotted a modest farmhouse near the village and furthermore noticed 4 or 5 pairs of sandals in the window. He at once decided to buy some dry ones and inquire about a night lodging. When the woman who offered him the sandals saw how wet he was, she invited him to spend the night in her home. Gudo accepted and thanked her. He entered the room and recited a sutra in front of the family. He was then introduced to the woman's mother and children. Gudo inquired as to what was wrong after noticing the entire family was depressed. My husband is not a bad man, but he has the vice of gambling and is a drunkard. The kindly woman, after momentary hesitation, decided to unburden herself to him. When he happens to win, he drinks and becomes abusive. When he loses, he borrows money from others. Sometimes, when he becomes thoroughly drunk, he does not come home at all. We are all aggrieved, but what's to be done? I will assist him, Gudo said. Here's some cash. Bring me a gallon of fine wine and something delicious to eat. Then you could retire. I am going to meditate in front of the shrine. When the man of the house returned home around midnight, he yelled, "Hey wife, I am back. Do you have anything for me to eat?" "I have something for you," Gudo said. "I got caught in the rain, and your wife graciously invited me to stay the night. In return for the night's lodging, I have bought some wine and fish. There is plenty remaining, so you might as well partake." The man was delighted. He drank his fill of the wine and ate the food, after which, feeling lethargic, reclined on the mattress in deep slumber. Gudo, forsaking sleep, sat in meditation beside him. When the husband awoke the next morning, he had forgotten about the previous night. "Who are you?" he asked Gudo, who was still meditating. "My name is Gudo of Kyoto, and I'm on my way to Edo," the Zen master replied. The man was utterly ashamed. He profusely apologized to the emperor's teacher. Gudo smiled. "Everything in this life is impermanent," he explained. "Life is very brief. If you keep on gambling and drinking, you will have no time left to accomplish anything else, and you will cause your family to suffer too." This simple fact awakened the husband's good sense. "You're right," he declared. "How can I ever repay you for this wonderful teaching? Let me see you off and carry your things a little way." "If you wish," assented Gudo. The two started out. After they had gone 3 miles, Gudo told him to return. "Just another 5 miles," begged Gudo. They continued on. "You may return now," suggested Gudo. After another 10 miles, the man replied. "Return now," said Gudo. When the 10 miles had been passed, "I'm going to follow you all the rest of my life," declared the man. Modern Zen teachings in Japan spring from the lineage of a famous master who was the successor of Gudo. His name was Munan, the man who never turned back. By seeking advice from the right people and in the right ways, you can develop smarter solutions to problems, deepen your thinking, and sharpen your decision making. Getting advice from right people can help us see our problems from a different point of view and might provide us with solutions that we would never have thought of on our own. It's essential to share troubles of life with people in our life, just like we share happiness and critical moments. Change your priorities. This is important if you want to live a balanced, fulfilling life. Many people are successful in their career but don't have good relationships with their spouse or family because of wrong priorities. They put things like money and bad habits above their relationships. Don't let it happen to you. If you are serious about changing your life, you will find a way. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Change is painful, but nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere you don't belong. Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. You never know what the future will bring, so always make the best use of the present.